Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES's Life. I took a real nice month off there, halfway through December, and then into mid-January. Basically, here we are, January 5th, I think. And yeah, it was a good break, but we're ready to get back to it. And starting tonight, we're going to be doing Kyle Petty's No Fear Racing. No Fear, I remember, was a real popular thing in the 90s. I remember it on clothing brands. I don't know if this is where it started. Surely not, but maybe they were just a clothing brand that sponsored Kyle Petty. I don't know who Kyle Petty is. I recognize the name, but that's it. I know, like if you said, do you know Kyle Petty? I'd be like, yeah, he's a NASCAR driver. I remember that. But I didn't pay any attention to NASCAR as a kid. Why would I? I didn't care about racing. I think a lot of kids probably wouldn't. But here we go. Look at the cover. We got diamond plate. We got, I'm sure that's Kyle Petty's car. And that's a picture of, I'm sure, Kyle Petty with that nice permy hair sticking out of the background. Good Lord. Party in the back. Yeah, state-of-the-art graphics, it seems. So it says. I mean, everything says that, right? It's all state-of-the-art graphics. Whether that holds up or not, we'll check and find out. Checking the back of the box, we get the traditional 4 screenshots. They're a little offline, but whatever. So we get bottom left. This is, I think, probably one of the coolest parts of the game here, and we're not going to actually be able to explore this much tonight. But you can, there's a track builder in this, which I think is just great. Top right, we get the split screen view for 2-player mode. Bottom, we got the single player view. And then kind of top left, we get a picture of menu, basically. Looking, I can't tell what. Pardon me, I am still sick. Or at least I'm still coughing a lot. I had the flu after coming back from vacation. Anyway, yeah, looks like a menu. Track select? No, that's the speed shop, it says. That is the vehicle garage, basically, where you buy your car upgrades. So this is kind of simulation racing, but it's also kind of not. Let's flip over to the menu and we'll check that out. Why? First off, wild race action, it screams, at the Williams Cup. Super modify your vehicle in the speed shop secrets. They basically tried to make this look like a magazine, which is an interesting take on it. Like, that's cool that they tried to do something a little different. I have a serious argument with this manual, though, and if you look over here on the right side, the table of contents, getting started, quick start, page 4, main menu, page 5, custom track, 7, controller, 22, Kyle Petty, 23, start your engines, behind the wheel, 21, speed shop, page 17, pit stop, page 19, race venue, page 11. So the manual jumps all over the goddamn place. And maybe, I don't know, maybe magazines, that was a common layout thing, I guess, but not that I can think of. Like, that's just wild. You bounce all over the goddamn place. And everything is, I mean, they did a lot of effort to make the manual interesting and appealing. I'll give them that. But it also makes it kind of hard to follow exactly what's where and when. There are a bunch of different NASCAR tracks in here. I don't know if it's every NASCAR track, but there are a lot of options. It gives you a little bit about where the different tracks are. It tells you, of course, how to go through your garage and buy your upgrades, how to pit stop, explains the racing HUDs, and then a whole chunk about Kyle Petty. More about Kyle Petty. The much abridged history of stock car racing, which actually, that's kind of interesting. I would like to go through I would go through and read that. I'm not gonna, but at least it's an interesting idea to throw in there. You get some tracking spaces, some blank pages, basically kind of like at the end of every manual you ever see, and that's it. But yeah, the layout of the magazine, the layout of the manual magazine, it's interesting, but I also find it super duper annoying. That said, we're going to get this game turned on, and we're going to play some Kyle Petty racing. Now, is it any good? No idea. We'll figure it out as we go, right? by Williams Entertainment, which is interesting because I know Williams is a pinball manufacturer. I guess they made a bunch of arcade games in the 90s too. Let's just get into this bad boy. We want to race. Kyle's quotes. Take it easy on this track, he says. So you start with a little money. We're not going to do anything with the money right now. We are going to change our layout here. Gas, brake, cruise, brake, shift up. Race! Let's race. So, there's qualifier lap, obviously. Immediately I note, no music. The visuals are actually kind of impressive for what they are. Like, I don't know that it's true polygonal, but they definitely went for the look. It's got a decent feeling of speed. The edges are a little bland. You get the stands in some spots. Ooh, look at that. I pole position dead ass last. God damn. 7 seconds behind the leader. Like, how do you... So when I said earlier that this is a semi-simulation game, you can see down in the bottom middle there I have nitros. And you can use your nitros. There's a little jet in there behind your car. Now nitros are a consumable, which I think means you basically have to rebuy them after every race. I'm not 100% on that. Like the announcer there. 11, which is me, has overtaken something else. Oh, come on. I didn't hit him and you know it. You rat bastard. Why are there, like, yellow fence gates on the track, man? Oh, you pricks. Well, I got the third. Second. Nitro's gone, it said. Oh, I made it in the first. Can I hold it? Yay! 11 makes first place. Look at that, and I started in the end on pole position too. Wait. Oh, so I'm first place, right? That definitely looks like Kyle Petty to the left of me. With that hair. I thought I was Kyle Petty, but maybe I'm not, I guess. This is your save code. Good old passwords. Watkins Glen. Scan the distance for accidents. Be prepared to swerve. Oh, what we got? Fuel system, suspension. We definitely want nitro. Transmission. Crew chief. I don't need a crew chief yet. Buy a tire upgrade, I guess. Let's just go with that. Gentlemen, start your engine. I'm gonna mash against the wall the entire time on this one. I like the little hills. They again increase that sense of speed. Jesus. I bet I'd pole position last again. Yeah, I do. Again, almost 10 seconds behind the leader that time. Jesus. They all burned off out of there like a bat out of hell, man. Yeah, you son of a bitch, get out of there. Shit, spun out. Get out of the way. Not doing as hot this map. Oh, come on. Oh shit, I'm out of gas almost. Wonder if I have enough to actually finish the race if I'm gonna run out of gas halfway around. Oh, that's kind of cool, the flip. Oh, out of gas. Oh, man. I think I was in first. I don't know. Up in fifth, that sucks. What up, cuz? How's it hanging, buddy? Traction night makes seeing other you don't say. Never would have guessed. Didn't get any cash up that time. Again, why are there little signs on the fucking NASCAR track, man? It's not like I'm road racing. Like, there shouldn't be signs for me to run into. bet I still placed last. Hey, look at that, last. God, the pole positions just keep getting worse. Now I'm 11 seconds. Almost 12 seconds behind the leader. Get out of the way. You pricks. Jesus. Why are my nitros gone? It says I have 2 down there. I guess it's just level 2 I've bought, not actually the number of times I can use it. That kind of sucks. I wonder if I get nitros back if I hit the pits. Ah, get out of the way, you prick. Oh, I got nitros back? Fucking sweet. Let's roll. Jesus. I'm not even seeing the guys in front of me, dude. They're long gone. Need fuel. Well, isn't that exciting? Holy shit. Flipping. Alright, pitting wasn't bad. Didn't lose any position on it anyway. Didn't get my nitro back though. Kind of sucks. I think I was gonna say I think 6 is as good as I'm gonna do on this race, but maybe now it's more like 7th. Wipe out. Blech. I've never played this, but remember seeing it at Blockbuster. Really? It is not a game I could say I ever remember seeing. Ever. And there's probably good reason for that. I just keep doing progressively worse here. Oh. And that was it. Apparently, I did so poorly. It said you're done, dude. Yeah, I have to basically redo that race. Yeah, my dad was in a NASCAR, so always tried to get me to rent it. Funny. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning, I was like, I'm not a sports guy at all. And NASCAR, same thing. I don't give a shit about racing. I mean, I guess if you're a car dude, I get the appeal, but I'm not, so, you know, it's whatever. Look at that shit. Lets me start this race again with 10 grand. But that is not nearly, I don't know if I Well, what can we do here? You know what, let's just fucking nitro it up and see how that does. Nitro's gone, you don't say. Hey, look at that. Pole position in the middle of the pack this time. I mean, that's better than I had done. Hey, I'm in first. As long as my nitros hold out, which obviously won't happen. Oh, there's money on the track. That's the first time I've noticed the power-up symbol on there. Like, I wondered what some of that stuff was, but you really can't. You move. The speed, the feeling of speed is legit. Like, they did a good job making you feel like you're going fast. It reminds me a lot of Top Gear, honestly, as far as like the speed feel goes. It's not as good as Top Gear, and Top Gear obviously had just a again banging soundtrack, whereas this does not have a soundtrack at all, which is a real regrettable choice that they made, as every fucking sports simulation racing game seems to be. I don't understand why that, you know, I mean, I get it, like a real NASCAR wouldn't have a radio in it, but it's a fucking video game, man, like, come on. Give me some music, some tunes. Oh, you bastard, get out of the way. Well, I was in first for a little while anyway. Oh, you son of a bitch. And now I'm in fifth. What? What spun me out? God damn. Yeah. So, I feel like I've definitely felt this in other similar racing games. Like, if you get behind the back foot, which is to say, like, if you're not winning and you're not getting money, then suddenly you're not upgrading your car, and then you're basically hosed. Final lap. I did manage to fill my nitro back up, though. Maybe I can get lucky and use it to get in the lead here. I need tires. Well, I was in the pit. Didn't you fucking switch my tires? Isn't that the fucking pit crew's job? I don't think they did their job. Jesus. It's a clusterfuck right there. Oh, God. I'm all over. Get out of the fucking way. Ugh. Awful. What up, monkey? Vroom, vroom. Probably didn't want to pay for the rights for the music. For what music? I mean, just make some shitty music, man. It doesn't have to be good music. It just has to be music. If you're not first, you're last. Yeah, basically. Like, the very first race, I got first and got money and upgraded the car some. And then, next race, I I don't know what place you got to hit to actually earn money, but I didn't earn money. And the third race, I didn't earn money. And then this race, you can start back here from the main screen, obviously, but you're starting with no upgrades at that point, which obviously is hurting. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna mess with the custom track here. So I'll give the game this. It lets you build a track, which is pretty cool, and track scenery. Oh. Track complete. Let's just do 3 laps. Music. Oh, music! Sunny's fine. Frames to place dust. So you can add nitro bottles onto the track. Don't. Nice. How do I race my track? Custom track. There we go. So do I get music in my custom track then? That's what I really want to know. No. So you only get the music that you get to pick for your custom track apparently is just for in the menu, which is the most ignorant thing ever. Like, why even... Like, no one gives a shit about your menu music if the game doesn't have music. Like, come on. That's just piss poor. They made me think that they were going to do something cool and let me have music, and then they took it away. Whoa, Nitro! Woo! Now I wonder if that nitro bottle respawns every lap. Like, is it always going to be there at the beginning for me to refill, essentially? That would be convenient. No, it is not. That's too bad. I guess you could always hope for something that useful, but unsurprisingly, I'm not going to get it. I win. Well then. A winner am I. You know, I mean, for what it is, there is a difficulty. I was on Novus and it was kicking the shit out of me. Music off. So anyway, maybe there is music. We'll find out. There is music. What up, John? Alright, well, it gets points for that then. I didn't realize that there... I guess that's what I get for not checking the options menu at the very goddamn beginning. There is an option for music. You can just turn it on or off. Well, that gives it a little bit extra credit in my mind. Nitro's gone. Thanks. I noticed. Nitro! What are you up to tonight, John? Just popping in to say hey? He played a half an hour with no music. That is correct. This game is petty good. Wow. That's fucking awful, Monkey. Petty good. You know, it's not awful, actually. Like, I will say this. It is the best NASCAR racing game I've played on the Super Nintendo. Now, that said, I have not played very many NASCAR racing games on the Super Nintendo. In fact, I think I can only think of maybe 2 others. Like, this one goes for that kind of almost polygonal 3D look. You gotta respect it for that. The visuals aren't bad. The colors are decent. It gives you a sense of speed, which a lot of racing games fail to achieve. It's not quite arcadey, but it is also arcadey in that you get nitros, and you can pit and you can upgrade your car. It's not as crunchy as some of the F1 racing games where it's like, what angle do you want your wing at? You know? So it's not nearly as in-depth as that. Yeah, no music in a racing game is super common, which is why I didn't even think to check. I bet if you went back through all the games I've played and checked out every single racing game, every semi-realistic racing game, you know, not like the futuristic or goofy looking ones like F-Zero and stuff, but like all the Formula One racing games, the motorcycle racing games, the NASCAR racing games, I bet you 97%, you know, don't have music in them other than menu music. So, yeah, it just didn't even cross my mind. But I think we're going to call that it for this because that's about all I want to put into it. And I'm actually going to give it a tentative thumbs up, I guess. Like, I've definitely played worse racing games. It's hard. No arguments there. If you're not winning, like you said, Monkey, you're losing, which sucks. But it does have 2-player split screen. It does have some nitros. It has a pretty basic upgrade system. Easy to jump in and play. It has a track creator, which is a huge deal. Just the fact that, you know, after you've gotten tired of the base game, you can go in and make your own tracks and put the power-ups on there and add some kind of visual flair to it and like signs and things. So is it amazing? No, but it's something. It's something a lot of games didn't do. In fact, I think the only other game I could think of that's a race game that had that at all was oh shit, not RPM racing. Crap, it was an early Blizzard title. It was what would eventually be reworked into rock and roll racing. But it was really bad as far as like the frame rate and speed was concerned, but it did have a track creator in it, which goes a long way. I wish they'd left that in when they did rock and roll racing, because rock and roll racing is awesome. But they did not have a track creator for that. I wish they would have. Would I go back and play it? Probably not. If someone asked me, hey, on the Super Nintendo, are there any good NASCAR games? I would probably say this one. So is it amazing? No, but it's decent. If you're a NASCAR fan, you probably get some enjoyment out of it. If you're a racing fan, you get some enjoyment out of it. Look, I've played way, way, way worse. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It is not a game I would choose to go purchase, but if I went to a buddy's house or I had a friend who's like, I want to play a racing game that's like NASCAR, I'd be like, all right, let's sit down and play this. Like I can get on board with playing this with a buddy of mine. So why not? Yeah, I didn't expect to give it a thumbs up at all, but it did impress me with the attempted visuals. I like when the car flips and spins around. That's kind of cool. You have the pits to take care of, so there's some strategy in the game. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our stream for this. I will be back in a few minutes, and we're gonna get back into The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which I haven't played in over a month. So we'll see if I can remember what the hell I'm doing in that. Maybe I'll get lucky and beat that tonight, but who knows. But that's it. We'll see you guys. Thanks a lot.